Ray J. So Ray J saw Kodak Black on Drink Champs, and a lot of people actually feel like this, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like Kodak has a problem right now, from what I'm seeing. But people are worried that like he's become a drug addict because he's thinned down a lot. He's lost a lot of weight, and in the interview, he looks a little like like somebody that's on drugs, right? Where you're like kind of like somebody that's drunk, a little tipsy, like moving slow, and you're But that's normally how Kodak, for the most part, I've seen it in his interviews. That's how he normally is. So Ray J, just said, hey, we need to get this brother some help, because I know when somebody's, it looks like he's crying for help in this interview, which is kind of a weird thing to go public with. If I was Ray J, or me personally, let's just say me, if I'm in a situation where I'm a celebrity and I see another interview of a celebrity and I feel like, is that person okay? I'm just gonna reach out and be like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Is everything going good in your life? And then, slowly get to the point of, man, are you doing okay? Because something seems a little off here. You don't look like your normal self that you usually are. I would never go in public. That's one thing is kind of just weird, because what if that's just him? He is doing okay. He's doing perfectly fine, but that's just him. That would be very awkward to assume that somebody's going through something when you don't know 100%. So that's a weird approach of doing it. I get it. Maybe it's just to make him look better in the public, or maybe he genuinely means it. He just reacted quickly. Sometimes you do that. You just comment on things without like thinking about, oh, I'm a celebrity, shit, everybody's going to screenshot this and post it on all these social media sites or whatever. So that could be a possibility, but he said that, and then it just started turning to an issue, a whole issue. So let's go over the article. Ray J has fired back at Kodak Black while claiming he has evidence to support his story about Donald Trump being upset with the Florida rapper. So the One Wish rapper singer said Kodak needed help following his recent Drink Champs interview and claimed he had no guidance and respect during a visit to Trump's house, prompting the rapper to threaten to beat him up. So after Ray J said, you look like you need help and you had no respect for Donald Trump, Kodak responded, hey, I'm going to beat your ass. Ray J rose to Kodak Black's challenge and offered to run the fade with him on Instagram Live on Monday, October 30th, even saying that he hopes it will help the super gremlin hitmaker get his shit together. So let's play the video.
Then let's go account to account. Let's go account to account then. Let's back money for money, bank account to bank account. What your bank account made this year?
No, he don't want no real fade. He talking about he gonna beat me up. Bro, you don't cut it out. And the only reason why this fade will make sense for me, like you a right? You a rapper. And I'm like, well, let's take the fade since you said you're gonna beat me up, since you went all the way left with it. The only thing you really can do is take the fade, like. And what's crazy is, like, I feel like you gotta win the fight. So in order to win the fight, what you gotta do, you gotta train your body, right? So you getting your body right. So you getting back in shape. You getting your together, right? So at the end of the day, it's a win-win for everybody. And I do that just so this can, you know what I'm saying? Can
get back healthy.
Oh, that probably healthy, bro. Like I said, I'm quick to admit if a nigga just types some shit too fast. I don't know, it could be sober every day. You know what I'm saying? just staying silent. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, since he went that big though, because I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't go big, and I talked to the team, and I didn't really go big. I just stressed concerns about a I don't know, because the homie Wack and Nori, all these is tied in. These are my friends. So I just, you know what I'm saying? Fuck him no. For real. He want that fade, he can have it. And this is like, we can give all the money to the fucking foundation.
So Ray J just accepts it. I'm totally fine with this. Is the thing, man. This is what I would love. And I know this is crazy, but less violence will happen. I'm telling you guys right now. Do a celebrity boxing match, man. We need to. Remember that show on MTV2, Celebrity Boxing Match, with those like dope characters? I don't know if you guys are young and are old enough to remember that, because I'm 28, so I'm not super old, but I'm old enough to remember that. It was a show where like it would be literally celebrities being like in like a boxing arena, and they would do all kinds of crazy stuff, like these dope characters that would like moving. It was very, very funny and interesting. Celebrity though, let's have a celebrity boxing matches, man. Whatever happened to Soldier Boy versus Chris Brown, whatever happened to shit. I would like any artist that has beef with each other, instead of shooting each other, killing each other, pissing on dead ops, run the fade, man. I think that should be something celebrated in the world. Fight each other, make some money, even donate some of the money if you like, depending on what your situation is, and do that, man. I 100% I am for that. If you have issues with somebody, don't shoot it out. Don't be, put your money where your mouth is, basically, in a situation. Square up like men, grown men, and fight. And it's that simple. Whoever loses, loses. You guys dap up and move forward, man. That's the best way to do this. So I agree with AJ. If he's saying let's do it, man. So hopefully this actually happens. I would love to see this Kodak Black versus Ray J. Ray J is a lot older though. So let me see. How old is Ray J? Age does play a factor. He's 42. That's something, bro. Kodak's like 20. I mean, Kodak's health ain't there, but he's saying, he'll give him time to get his health up there. He's 26. So yeah, there's a huge age difference. That plays a role in boxing a lot, especially since they're not professionals. But Kodak somewhat kind of responded to Ray J's fade challenge. He posted a video of him working out. He's doing a bunch of push-ups, looking like he's in the gym. So I don't know if that's a response to Ray J. It's not like he went in the video and said, yo, fuck Ray J. Look at me. I'm working out. Let's get this shit going. But that's an interesting response video after Ray J said that. So, yeah, we'll keep our eye on this. I don't know how the fuck one comment just ended up to now fighting and killing each other, but that's the escalation. And Ray J's a lot older. He should handle the situation a lot more maturely, which he is. I think he's doing pretty well, a pretty well job of. But I'm here for the fade, man. I want a celebrity boxing matches with rappers that have beef with each other. I would love to see that. How dope would it have been to see Drake versus Meek Mill boxing each other? Like they both hit the gym, they boxed each other at the time when they were beefing. That would have been so cool. Eminem versus Machine Gun Kelly. I know Eminem would be a lot older, so I don't know. Like age would have to play a role into it, But imagine if that was a law. Like how many people wouldn't talk shit because that would be a law? Because a lot of people talk shit, but then when it comes to actually fighting, they get their asses handed to them. I've been in 3 fights in my life, and I'm a 1-1-1 record, meaning like I won one, I tied one. I think it was a tie, and even years down the line, I asked the guy what he, when we fought, because everybody that fought with ended up becoming cool with later on because it is what it is, bro. I did this stuff when I was young, before like maybe by the time I reached 15, 16 was the last time I had a fight. I wasn't a fighter, but if it was a situation where I'd fight, I'd have to just, hey man, stop. And most of the time I wouldn't talk shit. It would just be something that would escalate. And me, I just wouldn't let somebody disrespect me in front of a bunch of people. So I was like, why the fuck? Like one of them was a basketball. Like we're playing basketball. And all I said to the guy was like, yo, can you pass me the ball, bro? I'm like open a lot of the times, I'm like cutting in. Why are you always just shooting and doing your thing? Because nobody else on the team was talking. I was like, bro, are you guys like not noticing this guy's ball hogging everything? Like, or are you guys too scared to say something? I mean, this guy wasn't like this big buff, motherfucker, but he was, he was there. But I just told him, I was like, bro, like, can you pass it? Like, dog, we're, playing wide open. I'm not getting the ball at all. Nah, man, fuck that, man. What are you talking about? I am passing the ball. Like, he just got aggressive. I was like, bro, it's not that big of a deal, man. Just pass me the ball sometimes. That's all I'm asking for. And then I don't remember how it just escalated to the point where we started fighting. I don't know if that was the one I won. I think that was the one that I won. Might have been. Yeah, that was actually my first fight, I think, ever. And I won that one. I ended up with a cut in my lip, but he was pretty bloodied up, man. And this was like in the 8th grade. So it's not like we were adults or anything, but all the adults were like surrounding us and be like, go fight, fight, fight. So we held it like we dealt with the situation like men even though we weren't men at the time. We were teenagers, but we dealt with the situation, like a grown man's supposed to. Fought. After that, we didn't talk for a while. We did have beef still. Like when I would see him in hallways, like it would be like some 50 and Ja Rule shit, but as 13-year-olds. So it was kind of funny when looking back on it. But at the time, yeah, we had beef. And then after a while, I think like we just talked on Facebook a while. This is like when I was using Facebook, and I was just, this is when Facebook was actually cool. Talked on it, and we just ended up squashing it, met up in person. Cool. Everybody I fought with. The other two, one I got tied in. We agreed after a while that it was a tie because he fucked me up pretty badly. I fucked him up pretty badly. And another one, I just got my ass kicked. I'm not even gonna lie. Like the guy kicked my ass. And it's sometimes good in life. This is what I mean. This is the difference between people that have respect and don't have respect for the most part. Not saying every case scenario, but someone who moves with respect knows the consequences of not moving with respect, with being disrespectful to people. The people that don't know the consequences of that usually, for the most part, are more crazy with their words, are more disrespectful because they've never been in a fight. They've never got punched in the face. It's a totally different feeling getting punched in the face. I'm telling you guys, every man on earth should experience that. Go to a boxing, get punched in the face because you're going to be waking up. You're going to wake the fuck up. Especially if it's a random fight, you're going to wake the fuck up getting punched in the face. You're going to reevaluate your life. If you're anybody with common sense, it's going to change the way you act completely. And it did that for me, especially when I lost. I got my ass kicked, handed to me on a civil platter. Hated it at the moment. I was pissed, but just is what it is, man. And I actually got embarrassed. Luckily, it wasn't too much people there, but I got my ass handed to me. Honestly, that fight, the reason, I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm just saying I had jeans on that were a little loose at the time. It was like long jeans, and they just kept slipping. So, like, I didn't want to end up in my fucking boxers and shit fighting somebody, which was stupid. They just kept slipping, falling. I was like, fuck. So I'm trying to keep these jeans up while I'm fighting. It just didn't go, So that was the last time I was ever in a fight because, honestly, I was just a kid. I did have temper problems as a kid. I'm not going to lie. Like, I would have moments where I would snap a little bit, but it wasn't anything too crazy. Like, I could control it, but, as you get older, you get mature and you just respect people, man. And if it gets into an argument, I usually de-escalate. I don't really care. Like, I'm not in the market to be fighting people and disrespecting people, honestly. So, yeah, that all that to say is I think people who talk shit need to get into a fight, man, just so their mouths can be a little bit shut a little bit more, because a lot of people talk a lot of shit but have never been in fights in their lives, man, not once. So you got to be in a fight. I think it changes you and your perspective of how you talk with people. I move with respect all over, morals, values, respect, all that. I believe in that heavily. I think everybody, I think that if somebody doesn't have that, to get that instilled into somebody, they need to get their ass whooped. That's just the reality of the situation, man. Yeah, I think that helps a lot. Now, I'm not saying that's the cure for it. I'm just saying that helps a lot of people, man. So I've seen people that talk mouth, boom, 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 talking shit. I actually had a neighbor. I had cousins, right? These cousins are crazy. These cousins are Albanians or somewhat. These cousins get into insane fights, bro. They've been in prison, jail, whatever. They fight everybody. They didn't give a fuck. Like, I had one cousin that took on 6 people at once and beat all their ass. Like, that's how psycho they were. So anyways, I had this neighbor that was the same age as my cousin. At the time, I was like probably 8, 9 years old. And they were like 17, 18. So they were pretty much grown men at the time. At least that's how I viewed them. Adults, 17, 18, you're damn near a grown man. Or becoming a grown man. And yeah, his name was TD. He he'd run his mouth a lot. And then my cousin came, hey, what's that running mouth that I keep hearing? Showed up to his house, offered to literally fight him, whoop his ass. He stayed in his house, didn't come out ever again. And everybody in that neighborhood looked at him differently since then. They just didn't view him as a scary guy that was running his mouth. Because he would run his mouth. A lot of people would be like, oh, let me shut up because, maybe he's going to whoop my ass, So, like, people would get scared. It'd be like the Friday was, hey, give me that chain. What's his fucking name, man? Fuck. Debo. Yeah, I think it was Debo. So, like, it would be kind of that type of situation. And, I've been in more fights than 3, but, like, I don't really consider them fights. I consider fights, like, when you're like going back and forth. Like, I actually swung on a friend of mine, actually a good friend of mine. I swung on him because I got pissed. I actually swung on him. He had glasses. I'm not trying to say that, he's a nerd and I punched him, but we're playing Foursquare. Yeah, believe it or not, we're playing Foursquare. I was like 14, 15 at the time. We're playing Foursquare. I don't know what the fuck happened. I just got pissed and I just swung on him. He got his whole shit swollen in his eye. And I felt so bad. His mom came and talked to us like, hey, you guys are friends. Why this happened? Blah, blah, blah. I apologize. But, like, see, those type of situations, that's not cool. I think when the person doesn't fight back, you don't engage, man. But that's how bullies do that. They'll engage more if you don't fight back. So sometimes it is necessary to fight back just for survival purposes. But anyways, going back to that story of him, acting tough, he stopped acting tough. He started hitting the house because people don't want to. Sometimes people just run their mouth. They don't want to actually fight. You gotta be a man about some shit. But